Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. And then bring that one, I'll bring it into the top field up there and we'll start rolling up there. And then once I've done that and started it doing the rolling, we'll then get back over to the farm and we'll cut down the 3 small trees. Those we can just remove using the mod that we've got. It's the lumberjack thing. It just allows us to instantly remove the small trees, and I don't think that is flying in the face of Hardcore Series at all. It's a small tree. You wouldn't have much trouble chopping that down and then digging out the stump with a shovel, doing it by hand, getting rid of it like that, very quick and easy. So I think that's still in fitting with the series. I can't get rid of the big stumps like that. I feel that that would be a little bit too much. I may have gotten rid of the big stumps next to the windmill, but I can't remember now. I don't think I did though. I think I did get rid of some of the stumps there like that. I'm really not sure. Really not sure about that. Anyway, let's get this one hooked on here, and I just want to make sure that this one does actually work. So I'm keen on this. I want to just double check that this does actually do rolling properly. As long as it does what we want, everything will be tickety-boo, and that one can carry on and roll the field. I'm also interested to see if having the front weight on the front of the tractor means that I can just set it going and then we'll go and do the outside rounds at the end. Because that way I can get straight on with doing that shed, because that's also what I'd like to do. So I'm going to start you from this side. Actually just going to lower you there so that I can, first of all, see if orange level stones can be rolled in. No, they can't. Orange level stones are not removed by a roller. The only way we're getting rid of those stones is stone picker. So I will start the hired help there. It is at least doing rolling. It is getting rid of the needs rolling bit. You can see that straight away. We're going to need to put lime on the field, but that'll be next time round. So we've at least got the rolling bit. Now this is going to take a while to get through. It's 14k that it does. The question is whether or not... Why does the hired help never recognise a front weight? Why does the hired help struggle so much with a front weight? Never really understood that. Hired help going just to run down the hill there. It makes no sense to me that the hired help has so much trouble recognizing that there's a front weight on the front of the tractor. It's like, it's fairly obvious. You got that massive great big weight there. I don't know why you're struggling with this concept, but it does. Anyway, we've got that one. We'll get this one going and get this one set up, and then we can build the shed, and then we will get another load of timber, I think. And I mean, how quickly do we need to get that load of timber? I'll be getting the load of timber while the rolling is taking place. That's what I'm going to do. Right, so that one's come out there. He's... Nope. Oh, he has actually decided that he's going to let the fact that we've got a front weight here on the front of the tractor influence what he's doing and, you know, stop, pick it up. Not before he's tried to drive into the fence, mind, but, you know, at least we're making progress. Let's go that way and send it back up across the field. Let him run up across the field now. I know I got that barn there all ready to go, but I'm also wondering if maybe it would be better if our first investment with this new chunk of cash that we just got was a lime spreader and lime. Except that we do need to get the shed first before we can go doing that. Alright, well, we'll get the shed first. We'll make sure that we have everything under cover so that, yeah, we have got that. I've just come back to doing some more recording. So, I know I was doing the rolling here. We're going to get a couple rounds. I've also realised from editing just how deafening that tractor really is. And whilst I do like the roar of the engine, I think it might be fairly high on my priority list to get rid of this tractor and get something different here instead, because this is slightly ridiculous. I mean, I can edit it down, which I did do, but yeah, it is exceptionally loud. But I mean, yeah, I could dial down the game sounds, but then you can't hear anything else, and I didn't want to do that. It's sort of, we've got a choice between... Now, have I actually gone round the rest of the field on here? I don't know. Let's have a look. Soil compression. No, I haven't. Right. I did. It didn't look like I'd gone round the rest of it. Let's reverse up here. And we'll go round the outside edge of the field down this side. I'm going to need to do this a couple of times. It is, yeah, very, very noisy, this thing. And I don't, the reason I don't want to remove it is because then it basically, if I make this one a more comfortable level, all of the other game sounds would pretty much die out. You wouldn't be able to hear anything. And I know that there's at least one or two of you that do like hearing the different sounds and that from the tractors. So, yeah, I'll try and remember to talk a bit louder, but I'll also, if I really feel that I'm being drowned out, I'll just edit it down. So I'll leave some of the roar of the tractor in the footage, and then remove some of it at the same time. We'll just kind of like play it by ear a little bit and see how it goes. Okay, we come down to there, like that. Now, what I reckon I will do is, if I go back this way, once more around the field, if twice is going to be enough here. I think the front weight is going to end up being an issue for us regardless of what we do. So I think I'm ultimately going to have to just take the front weight off and leave it down here in the bottom corner. We'll find out in a bit. Go whizzing off up here. So I'm going to go and I'll get the shed next. Once we've done this, I'll get the shed and we can build that one. Although I'll bring the tractor back from the... from up the top. I'm physically pointing my hand at the moment. Up there. The sawmill bit is at the sawmill bit at the moment. I'll bring the tractor back and we will do something there. So I was asking sort of what different things you think I should do with the game this time round, and I haven't had... like, most of what I was talking about with that, I haven't, the videos have gone up, so I haven't got any feedback on it yet, but there was a suggestion that perhaps we could leave the time scale on 3 times speed normally, or 5 times speed normally, and then just kind of work with it like that. Now, I'm going to go with 3 times, but I'm not sure about going any faster than that, because that's quite a... It's quite a commitment, that is, because we're only doing 1 day per month, and it's the 1 day per month that is going to make this a bit more significant. 1 day per month is a little bit more of a challenge, I think, than having 2 or even 3 days per month, because we've got a lot less time to get anything done anyway. So we can do a little bit, we can do our things, but if I'm doing it on 3 or 5 times speed, then I'm really going to be pushing it to be able to get harvests done and stuff like that. I mean, yes, the other side of the coin is that this is supposed to be a hardcore series, and it's supposed to be a challenge. So if I've got it set on 5 times speed, like, I used to change it to 1 time speed when I was doing mowing and stuff like that, but that was purely so that we didn't have multiple growth stages while we were doing anything. We don't need to do that now. We've just got to finish by the end of the day. Right, if we don't finish by the end of the day, then, you know, things get messed up. And the reason that could actually prove interesting is because I need to have, according to my own rules, housing for any workers. So if I've got to have housing for workers, I'm going to leave the front weight down here, because I reckon then we'll be able to actually do something with this. So if I bring the front weight and I put it over there, just like that, yeah, because we've got to have housing for workers. If I want to be able to finish jobs faster, I'll have to get more workers. So I'll have to get more housing for the workers to start with, and then we can sort of work it like that. That, I think, would be a rather interesting way of doing things. I think that could be quite good. That could be the way forward. So we'll leave it on 3 times at the moment, and we'll see how it goes. I reckon we are going to want once more up here, even though I've taken the front weight off. I still think it's going to need just that extra little width on here. So I'll go whizzing up here and do that in a minute. And I'm actually not going to talk until it gets up to the corner, and I'm just going to leave the full roar of the tractor. He is a noisy beast, there's no denying that. Now, I think I managed to catch everything that I needed to catch over there, so I'll come back down again. It will give it just an extra bit on here. There, I can see the edge of the rolling line there. We've just gone over it now. It's difficult to see. Some angles it's difficult to see. This is one of the more difficult ones to pick out. There's this one, and if you've done shallow cultivating, so you've got kind of the stubble pattern left in where you've cultivated with a shallow cultivator, and then you go over it with a seed drill afterwards. That's another one that is quite difficult to see where you've been on the previous paths. Now, obviously, with the cultivator, you do have the option of using the disc markers if you want to, which is something that I've not actually used in a long time. They started to be a bit of a nuisance. Certainly in... like, if you do your outside rounds and then you've got the disc marker down, it would remove the seed where the disc marker went. And, yeah, that was just a bit of a jolly nuisance. So, I didn't really want to keep doing that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do a couple of passes right there. So, there's one, and then I'll go and do... actually, I'm just going to set the hired help going. And we'll see if he's got enough room to turn around. I'm hoping he does, because then we can carry on and do other stuff. So you go there. Hired help. Let's see if you can do this. He's got plenty of room there. He should have room to turn around as well. And he hasn't got the front weight. For some reason, they don't like front weights, a lot of these hired helps. They do get confused with the front weight being there, and it seems to cause issues. Not sure why it causes issues, it just does. Okay, so that one is now being rolled, and then we will go and roll this one as well. That'll be absolutely fine. So, one of the difficulties is going to be that because we've got a small roller, it's getting all of the rolling done. Because the rolling is not finished by the end of the day, that rolling ain't happening. Right? It's not. We've got until the end of the day to do that rolling, and if it's not done, it's not done. That there's no second chances on that. Right. So much. The silence now that we're not on that tractor is phenomenal. Alright. We'll get this one back home. I mean, so if we can get that shed built and we can get some stuff under cover, then we might be able to get back up here and purchase a spreader so that we can spread lime on the field as well, which would be quite nice. It would be nice to be able to do that. And ooh, he came in a bit fast there. I genuinely don't remember what else I said I wanted to spend money on, which is a bit of a pickle for us, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure we'll figure something out. I've gone and bought this bit here. I think I was wanting to save up to buy the next piece of land. I think that was excuse me. I think that was kind of the next big bit. I do want to get an auto-load trailer as well. That is definitely one that we need to get. So I will pick up an auto-load trailer as soon as we can. Actually, that's going to be the next thing we buy after we get the shed. The shed should be enough to get all of our machinery under cover. Someone suggested we build a bridge down here, because if we don't, we could end up having some problems with some of the bigger gear that we've got to bring in and out of here. And I concur. I think that's probably a good idea. So we will aim to get a shed built. Then there was... Well, we can't do mowing now because I've sold the mower, so that is nothing but a pipe dream for anyone and everyone. So if I bring the tractor up to here while the roller is working, I think the combine can stay there. It's these trees over here. So let's just double check which ones we want to get rid of, and it's the green shed that I wanted. I like the green tends to sort of blend better with the background. It doesn't stand out quite so noisomely. Alright. There's the shed. So we'll have it this way round so that we've got the barrel and the... Well, see, this is the thing. I like the barrel and the pallet being out the front. That's a good thing. I like having that out there. But... the downspout, you wouldn't really have... Oh, actually, it's got downspouts on 2 corners on this one. And... oh, it's on all 4 corners. Alright, well, ignore... I was going to say, downspout, you probably wouldn't have it out like that. You would have it so that the water was running away, but it's on all 4 corners. So we can have it out here. So I'm going to want to level it and push it back into the base over here. Going to want to level this down a bit. And, yeah, if I was building a new shed like this... you absolutely would dig this out. Like, you wouldn't plonk your shed down here, well away from that. It would be quite a normal thing to dig this out and push the shed back in. I mean, yes, depending on what you've got on this bank right here, you may do some strengthening there just to help retain the wall for the future, but not necessarily. I mean, it does really depend what the material of that bank is made from as to whether or not you would do any strengthening on there. Now, as this is a really small one, I'm quite happy to just chop them out like this, because this is... essentially, these are small enough that you could cut them down and then you could dig out the stump with a shovel and just chuck it back in the hedge and not have to worry about it. So you could literally just remove these small ones by hand and they wouldn't be getting in the way of anything. They wouldn't be causing problems with anything. Nothing like that. So you would get rid of them. And I'm going to get rid of this one as well. That one's also one that's going to be in the way. There we go. Right. That one would also be in the way, so we want to now level all of this out, and then we can get the rest of our machinery under cover. The only thing that won't be able to go under cover, I think, would be that one, but we'll wait and see on that. It might be able to, it might not. I'm not 100% sure yet, so let me go... nope, not that one. Actually, let's just go on here and check. Excellent. They're doing a brilliant job. They're working all right at the moment. So let's go into construction, and it's the green one that I want. I'm having... that bit out there, so I want to get an idea of the size of the shed and where I want to put it. Now, I'm sort of thinking that we want to put it back over here. We don't want it too close to the house over this way. I want to put it more over this side. Later on, when we're expanding and we're getting pigs and stuff, I'm thinking that this could very well be our yard area, and then this would be more fields. Because we're sort of planning to buy areas up here, it would make more sense to keep this as field areas up there. In which case, this smaller piece here, this would become the yard and we'll put the pigs there. So we need to plan for that, which means that we'd want a track going on this side. We do have a track down here, but I think a track on that side as well could end up being quite useful. So I'm sort of thinking the shed would go something like that back in there. And in order to do that, I need to level it out. So we're going to go and take this one. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger like that. I don't want to go excessive on this, but I will increase the strength of it. And we'll start here, and then we'll just start leveling. So we're going to push that right back in like that. I've got a stump there from when I was cutting stuff down before. So I will go and... because that's one that's like stuck up in the middle of the air now. We're doing this digger work. Right, we've hired a digger to go and do this. We're diggering this out. I mean, yeah, we have the advantage of being able to do this for free because of a perk we picked up from the last series. I have no shame about that. And I want to push this back in over here like this. So I'm sort of I'm trying to give that a straight edge along the back there. I can. Now, I'm also very much aware that some buildings can cause problems with landscaping near the edge of the building. It won't allow you, so you've got to sort of make sure you've got enough room around it in order to allow for everything. So you right here. What? Why? Right. That's not coming up as a stump. Why aren't you coming up as a stump? Let me just make sure I've got super strength turned on a minute. Because you need that. Right, there. So we've got super strength turned on. It should... It's not allowing me to get hold of that as a stump. It might be because of where we are. This could be a problem. I can't have that stay in there. We may need to landscape. Right, we may have to play around with this a little bit in order to be able to remove that. So if we go underneath it like this and bring the ground up, there. Now it might let me do it. How am I supposed to get rid of that stump? This is no good. Oh, it's catching something there. I have tried everything I can to get rid of this stump, and it's just not being removed. I don't know why. I've even bought a lightsaber to try and do that, but that didn't work either. So I'm just going to get rid of that lightsaber a second, because we don't want that one. Sell. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yes, that cost us 350 euros, but we won't worry about that. So I'm going to go with plan B on this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the level of the ground up to just above where that stump is, and that's how I'm going to build the shed. So let's go back over here, and we will bring the level of the ground up above the stump. There's always more than one way to skin a cat. The way we're going to skin this particular cat is we are going to do it like this. So we're going to come over here. I'm going to go to landscaping, and I'm going to use that one first, and then I'm going to bring the ground up around that stump there to that level. Nope, it's got to go higher than that. So let's bring that up here, way around. I don't want it like too high. That seems about right. There. So I've got the stump underneath. The stump is under the ground now. And I've got the leveling option, which is what I'm using to do this. There. Right. Okay. So we've got that one in place. If I strengthen this one now, it basically just makes it go faster. There. And I'm just going to bring the level up to meet that all the way along. And then we will build a slope along the front to make the rest of it work. So this we'll bring out here. Just like that. And now I want to bring this up at the back as well. There we go. And just blend these in together. I've got quite a small area on it at the moment because I don't want to... Actually, I might be able to do this with a larger area now. We might be able to... Let's up our game a little bit, shall we? Let's see what we can do with this. So I bring you over there like that. Step that one up a little bit. There we go. Push that down, going out that way. Up there as well. So we've sort of got to take into account now that we're going to end up wanting to have a slope going up to this shed. So we need to change how we've done it ever so slightly. This'll be fine. So we'll bring that back round over here. We've got to remember that you can't just drive into all of the bays on his shed. The two end pieces you can't drive through. It's only the middle and, well, I say the end pieces. The ends on the side you can't do. The very ends you can drive into. So we'll want to be able to make use of those to a certain extent. So maybe we'll change our plan a little here. Let's bring that over that way. Right, I think that's pretty good so far. Let's have a look and see what it looks like with the shed in place. Just find it a minute. Where are you? There, that one is the green one that I wanted, and it's that way around. Okay, so that one there, we would put this one at about there, I think. So it's in... If you have a look... Right, you can see if it goes back in any further, it does, like, bite down on the edge, so we don't want to do that. And then you bring it over here, and that's where it starts raising up extra bits on the side. So we will sort of... I'd say that we want it in as tight to the bank as we can get it. There. We're not going to be driving out at the back. Right, that's not something that we would do, but we would... We'll go here. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Right there. That's where we're going to want this. So we're not going to be wanting to drive along the back. That's not going to be anything that we're going to want to do. What I'll do is we'll put some gravel in the back there. So we'll do that a minute. Have we got gravel? Please tell me we've got gravel. We need gravel. We've got two little different lots. We'll use this gravel right here. And let's go in here. If I make that a bit of a bigger square, and I'll use the square option for painting like that, and then I'm just going to very carefully come along, and because I do so much landscaping in the other one, I won't make you watch all of this. I've just about done what I want to do for a minute. I'm just going to soften these edges here, and once again... Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.